And it is day 19 of the protest by farmers, and they're in no mood to relent, upping the ante against the centre. The protesters have decided to sit on a dharna at the Delhi borders and district commissioner offices. The farmers are going to be sitting on a hunger strike between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The agitating farmers continue to demand rollback of 3 new farm laws. They also want the government to make a law that guarantees MSP. The farmers are protesting the proposed electricity law and want the government to stop harassing them over stubble burning. The farmers will be continuing their protests at Singhu, Kondli, Tikri, Palwal and Ghazipur borders of Delhi. "19 days on the deadlock, farmers continue to block the exit points of national capital, with more farmers from Rajasthan marching towards Delhi. The farm unions have vowed to intensify the stir. Here's a look.
Adamant.
ਮੰਨਣ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈ ਰਹੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਵੀ ਕਿਸਾਨ 5 ਦਿਨ ਬੈਠਣਗੇ, 4 ਦਿਨ ਬੈਠਣਗੇ, ਚਲੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ। ਆਰਡੀਨੈਂਸ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈਣੇ ਪੈਣੇ, ਅੱਜ ਲੈ ਲਵੇ, ਕੱਲ ਲੈ ਲਵੇ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਲੈ ਲਵੇ, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੈਣੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈਣੇ ਪੈਣੇ। ਉਦੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ।
Undeterred.
गवर्नमेंट के दिल में जी गलत भावना बनी हुई है। वी आर द टेररिस्ट, वी आर द खालिस्तानी, वी आर डूइंग अवर वर्क विद ऑनेस्टली।
Prepared for a long haul.
ਚਾਹੇ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਰਾਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦਾ, ਚਾਹੇ ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ, ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਰਡੀਨੈਂਸ ਬਿੱਲ ਇਹ ਪੂਰੇ ਤੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਜੀ।
Protesting farmers unwilling to give up without a long-drawn fight. Upping the ante against the centre, farmers staged a Delhi Chalo march from Rajasthan's Shahjahanpur through the Jaipur-Delhi highway.
You can see a unit of farmers' unions made tent here, and they are addressing all the farmers about their next strategy. And as the farmers' union said that today they will block Delhi-Jaipur highway, and on tomorrow the protest will intensify in all districts, and they will follow sit in all districts area.
On Monday, farmers will gather outside district administration offices across India, followed by a hunger strike. On Tuesday, women and laborers will join the protests.
सारे संगठनों के जो मुखिया लोग हैं, जितने भी संगठन इस आंदोलन से जुड़े हुए हैं, वो हड़ताल रखेंगे सुबह 8 बजे से शाम के 5 बजे तक। जहां जहां भी वो जिस इलाके पे हैं, सारे देश में धरने देने का प्रोग्राम है। सारे जिला हेडक्वार्टरों पे जो है वो धरने देने का प्रोग्राम है, वो सुबह से शाम तक।
I'm here for farmers, supporting farmers. We only want that Modi should take this bills back.
सर्दी पड़ रही है, बच्चे हैं साथ में।
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, जब सभी हम एक साथ हैं तो किस बात की चिंता।
ਸਾਨੂੰ चिंता नहीं होनी चाहिए। मोदी ने सोचना है बच्चे साढ़े नाल आए हुए आ रहे, उन्हें दिखना चाहिए।
So far, the blockade at Delhi's Ghazipur, Palwal, Tikri and Singhu borders continue. The Chilla border between Delhi and Uttar Pradesh reopened on Saturday after being shut for 12 days.
From Monday, the farmers have announced to sit on fast protest. At the same time, there will be massive protests on the district headquarters where the farmers will submit memorandum. The farmers are not going to step back. The government may hinted there could be some amendment. The farmers only want withdrawal of these laws, and MSP should be guaranteed in a new and fresh law that government needs to bring. The life here on street is very difficult, but they believe their fight is for their right. At Delhi Ghazipur National Highway, with Nasir, this is Ashutosh Mishra reporting for India Today.
The deadlock between farmers and the centre continues even after multiple rounds of talks in a bid to bring down the escalating protests. Union Minister Prakash Javadekar has said that the centre is now ready for talks and that the government is closely monitoring the farmers' protests. The centre's outreach to the farmers comes amidst the protesters' clarion call to escalate the stir. Farmers are adamant on their demands to roll back the three new farm laws. However, they have expressed their willingness to hold the talks with the centre over the issues if the government agrees to address them.
किसानों के बारे में आपके टीवी के माध्यम से बहुत अलग अलग खबरें सुनाई दे रही है और इसलिए परिस्थिति पर हमारी नजर है, संवाद के दरवाजे खुले हैं।
Amidst the ongoing farmer protests, there is some relief for the government as some farmer unions have hit a conciliatory note. On Sunday, a group of farmers from Uttarakhand met Union Agriculture Minister and extended their support on farm laws. Also protesting farmers vacated carriageways on Noida-Delhi Link Road via Chilla following a meeting with the Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Narendra Singh Tomar on Sunday. Normal traffic has resumed via Chilla border after farmers vacated the spot they had been occupying since 1st December for their sit-in demonstration. Group of farmers in Maharashtra's Buldana also came out in support of the three farm laws. BJP has launched a campaign in support of new farm laws and is holding meetings with farmers across the country to make farming community aware of the centre's agricultural reform measures.
उत्तराखंड के किसान बड़ी संख्या में कृषि सुधार बिलों का समर्थन करने के लिए मेरे यहाँ आए थे। भारत सरकार की ओर से ऐसे सभी किसान भाइयों का हृदय से बहुत बहुत स्वागत है, बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन है। उन्होंने कृषि सुधार बिलों को समझा, उसके बारे में अपनी राय दी और अपना समर्थन व्यक्त किया। इसके लिए मैं भारत सरकार की ओर से सभी किसान भाइयों का आभार प्रकट करता हूं।
किसान भाइयों की दूर दूर से आए थे, इनकी काफी समस्याएं थी, काफी शंकाएं थी इस बिल के बारे में, तो उन्होंने हमें आश्वस्त किया कि ये शंकाएं दूर की जाएंगी। तो हम किसान बिल के समर्थन में कई और भी परेशानियां थी जो किसान हमने कृषि मंत्री जी के समक्ष रखी, उन्होंने आश्वासन दिया कि ये जल्द ही पूर्ण की जाएंगी।
जो केंद्र ने जो 3 विधेयक लाए हैं, उन विधेयकों का हम शरद जोशी प्रणीत शेतकरी संगठन समर्थन करते हैं कि उसमें से कुछ ना कुछ किसानों का भलाई होगा, इसकी हमें खातरी है। इसके लिए हम इस बिल का समर्थन कर रहे हैं। आज यहाँ पर श्रद्धांजलि अर्पण करने के बाद में हम रैली द्वारा तहसीलदार इनके मार्फत माननीय पंतप्रधान नरेंद्र जी मोदी इनको एक निवेदन देने जा रहे हैं और उनसे विनती कर रहे हैं हम यहाँ के बुल्डाना जिले के किसान कि आपने जो विधेयक लाया है इसी को किसी के भी दबाव में आप पीछे न ले और इस विधेयक को कायम रखें।
Preeti Chaudhary will now explain in detail the centre's contentious farm laws that have forced the farmers to camp at Delhi borders despite the biting cold and difficulties. Here's a look.
Months after silent protests, farmers say, "Chalo Delhi." Police use water cannons and tear gas to prevent farmers. Borders of national capital sealed. Meetings fail to break deadlock. What are these protests for? It all comes down to 3 basic farm laws which the farmers now want repealed. So let's break down all these 3 laws for better understanding of our viewers and actually tell you what are the facts which the government says are in favor of the farmers and what are the fears of the farmers. Let's begin right now with the most contentious of the 3 laws, called the FPTC. Break it down for you. It's called the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Act. The government says that under this act, farm produce can be bought, it can be sold anywhere outside the established APMCs or the traditional mandis as such. Also, that under this, no cess or tax could be levied by the central government. The farmer fears this will bring about the end of the MSP. Also, for the states will lose out a fair amount of tax which is levied in APMCs. Mind you, the farmer doesn't pay. In mandis or APMCs, it's not the farmer who pays the tax, it's the purchaser who pays the tax. Let's move on now to the other less contentious laws, the other 2 of them. The Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act. Now, the government says it is in the farmer's favor because the farmer here can actually enter into a legal contract with any purchaser or a buyer or a private player, whoever he chooses, and there can be a legally bound agreement on pre-fixed prices, which somewhere down the line the government says will give the farmer a lot more security than it actually does at this point of time. The farmer says that farmers will be enslaved by big corporate houses and private players. An argument given by various farm unions here is where the interests of small farmers with small land holdings are concerned will be compromised as per this, the Essential Commodities Amendment Act. Now, this law allows the government to only regulate the flow of certain food supplies only during extraordinary circumstances, only during a famine or a war or any other natural disaster. That would mean that the government will lift the imposition on stockpiling on certain essential commodities, giving the farmer more flexibility to sell. And also, the government says this would reduce black marketing. The farmers here feel that they would be forced to sell their produce at a much lesser price, and the big corporate houses, the private players, would be buying this essential commodity, which was no longer an essential commodity, at a lesser price from these farmers, then resort to black marketing and drive up the price of the same commodity. So the biggest loser here would be the farmer, and the benefiter because of that black marketing would be the corporate. And ultimately, what does the economics of it say? If these three laws are for free open market, then how can you actually have MSP? Doesn't it go against the grain of a free market? And that is what the quandary is, which both the farmers and the government have got themselves in.
Politics over farmers rages on. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal announced that he and other AAP leaders will keep a day-long fast starting 8 a.m. in support of the farmers' agitation. He also said the current farm laws will lead to rise in price of vegetables and fruits, claimed that farm laws are against the common man. Punjab Chief Minister slammed Kejriwal, accusing him of backstabbing the farmers, and called him shameless liar after Kejriwal had alleged a power pact between Punjab government and Adani Power. Amarinder clarified that his government had not signed any agreement with Adani Power and no private players are bidding for power purchases in the state. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has accused the BJP of labelling farmers Pakistani and anti-national. He also blamed BJP of doing injustice to the farmers. Meanwhile, Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi called the farmers' protest far away from reality and said that the protest is created by a political syndicate which is standing on false belief.
एक दिन के उपवास का ऐलान किया है। उन्होंने अपील की है पूरे देश की जनता से कि उनके किसानों के समर्थन में सब लोग एक दिन का उपवास रखें। मैं भी उनके साथ कल एक दिन का उपवास रखूंगा। मैं सभी आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं से, समर्थकों से अपील करता हूं कि वो भी किसानों की इस मांगों के समर्थन में एक दिन का उपवास रखें।
यांच्या न्याय हक्काबद्दल जर कोणी काय बोललं तर तो देशद्रोही। मग उद्या मी तुम्हाला अर्थात ते कालचं तुमचं आंदोलन हे त्या कायद्याविरुद्ध होतं, पण मग मी तुम्हाला असं म्हणेन का की हे चीनी पत्रकार आहेत, हे पाकिस्तानी पत्रकार आहेत, हा हे अयोग्य आहे। म्हणजे जर विरोधात बोलला आणि त्याला तुरुंगात टाकलं ही आणीबाणी असेल तर न्याय हक्कासाठी लढ्याला उतरल्यानंतर त्यांना देशद्रोही ठरवणं हे आणीबाणीपेक्षाही जास्त मोठं पातक आहे।
ये पूरा की पूरा जो मुहिम है वो हकीकत से कोसों दूर और भ्रम के भूत से मजबूर है। ये अब जो जिन लोगों ने भय और भ्रम का भूत खड़ा किया है, ये वो साजिशी सियासी सिंडिकेट है जो पूरी तरह से जनता द्वारा नकार दिया गया है। मंडियां सुरक्षित हैं, खेत खलिहान सुरक्षित हैं, एमएसपी सुरक्षित है, और यही नहीं, मोदी जी के शासनकाल में रिकॉर्ड एमएसपी के जरिए भुगतान हुआ है, रबी के भी और खरीफ की भी फसलों का। तो अब सवाल यहाँ कंफ्यूजन का खड़ा कहाँ होता है?
Fears of pro-Khalistani elements hijacking the farmers' stir is once again coming to fore. Mahatma Gandhi's statue in Washington, D.C. was defaced and draped in Khalistani flag in protest against the farm laws. People were seen waving Khalistani flags, raising pro-Khalistani slogans at the spot. Here's a look.
The trust deficit peaks between the government and farmers, with talks deadlocked and Kisan Kranti escalating. The spotlight now is if farmers' agitation is being hijacked by anti-national elements. In Washington, D.C., Mahatma Gandhi's statue was defaced and draped with Khalistani flag in protest against farm laws on Sunday. Protesters were seen displaying anti-Modi placards and raising pro-Khalistan slogans.
There was one peaceful protest that was planned outside the Indian embassy or in Washington DC, so to say, wherein it then turned out to become an event where certain elements went and desecrated the Mahatma Gandhi statue. Not the first time that it has happened. The Indian embassy has lodged a strong protest and asked for security of the of property and for the authorities to ensure that the culprits are brought to book.
We oppose Khalistani because of this attitude, and what they have done is condemnable.
On the 6th of December, Khalistani flags were seen at a protest held outside the Indian High Commission in London. The Indian Embassy in Canada has also complained of such incidents.
किसानों के साथ में जिस तरह के लोग इनके साथ में मिल चुके हैं, कुछ लोग अंदर घुस चुके हैं जो समझौता नहीं चाहते, वो किसी भी तरह से ये चाहते हैं कि ये आंदोलन आगे बढ़े और उनकी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेकती रहे, जिसके अंदर कुछ राजनीतिक पार्टियां भी है, कम्युनिस्ट भी है, नक्सलवादी भी इसके अंदर घुस चुके हैं.
Earlier, protesters displayed posters of activists accused of Naxal links and those accused in Delhi riots seeking their release. Intelligence inputs indicate that there are fears that left-wing extremists are hijacking the protests and misleading farmers.
I see a very sinister design to hijack the whole movement. Be it the Khalistani element, I believe it is not right. But there is enough evidence available that Tukde gang is seeking to overtake.
Farm union leaders meanwhile vote to remove posters lauding Delhi riots accused Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid.
अगर कोई शक्ति ऐसे कदम उठाती है जैसे कि ये इमाम शेरगिल या कोई किसी को छोड़ने की बात आती है इंटेलेक्चुअल पर्सन्स की, तो दिस इज टोटली डिनाइड बाय संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा.
कि इस गवर्नमेंट के दिल में जड़ी गलत भावना बनी हुई है. वी आर द टेररिस्ट, वी आर द खालिस्तानी, वी आर डूइंग आवर वर्क विद ऑनेस्टली इन द पंजाब.
As the farmer agitation continues to intensify, the Intelligence Bureau has warned of serious consequences, saying that the ultra-left has hijacked the movement. There is also signs and indications. They have said that there is a Khalistani extremist element. However, the farmers have denied these allegations, saying it's the government which is trying to create one fissures and the other is trying to defame the agitation. They say this is not going to deter them and they will only continue to intensify the stir. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
Yet another Pakistan's bid to disrupt peace in Jammu and Kashmir has been foiled by armed forces. 2 terrorists were killed. Another was captured in a gunfight with security forces in the high reaches of Poshana area in the mountainous district of Poonch district on Sunday. The slain terrorists have been identified as Sajid and Bilal of Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Toiba. 2 AK-47 rifles, hand grenades, ammunition, 1 sat phone were recovered from their possession. According to the forces, the terrorists were trying to infiltrate the line of control in an apparent attempt to disturb the ongoing District Development Council elections that got tremendous response from the people, causing frustration to Pakistan. Welcome back. Mumbai is gearing up for mission to impart coronavirus vaccine and a blueprint of the vaccine distribution is ready. COVID vaccine task force had been created in Mumbai, which is headed by additional municipal commissioner of BMC, Suresh Kakani. Speaking to India Today, Mumbai's COVID task force has said that adequate storage facility is available in medical colleges in Mumbai's Kanjur Marg. The task force has also set out plans to carry out vaccine from Saturday from different centers from the storage facility. 500 teams are going to be set up for the vaccine distribution, and the vaccine is going to be given out in 3 phases. In the first phase, over 1 lakh healthcare workers are going to be vaccinated. In the second phase, security personnel and conservancy workers will be given the vaccine. In the final stage, people above 50 years of age with comorbidities are going to be given the vaccine.
In phase 1, the healthcare worker we are covering. In phase 2, the support staff.
So how many days will this first phase go on?
First phase should be completed within 15 days. That is what we are targeting for. After 15 days, the second dose will be due after 21 days or 28 days, depending on what type of vaccine are we using. In the second phase, we are targeting the frontline workers. including the police department and the sanitation staff, the staff involved in the transportation of persons from one place to another place, and the line department, line agencies. So that would be the phase 2. And phase 3, the persons having more than 50 years of age and having comorbidity.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.